Hello YouTube, what's up? This is Origami Master here, and today I will be showing you how to make an Origami Articuno from Pokemon. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, for this origami tutorial, I'm using origami paper. It should be a square. And now I know that Articuno is blue, but just for the sake of this video, I'll be using a brown or orange paper. It's actually brown. It might look orange, but anyway, so to begin, we will fold this corner to this corner. From here to there. So, and you can crease right over here. Just like that. Okay, now we will unfold the paper and do the same thing, except for now this time we're going this way. So just line up these two corners and crease on the bottom. Line up and crease. Try your best to be as perfect as possible. Now, just making my folds a little better, let's flip the paper over so the white side should be facing up. And by the way, when you finish this white side is going to become the belly, and this colored side will become the wings, the head, the tail, and whatnot. So, yeah, now you're going to be folding this top edge to this bottom edge, just like this, and crease right from here down to here, right to this point. So from here all the way to here. Now unfold the paper and go this way. Last time we went this way. Now we're folding the paper like this. Okay. And so you can see the whole thing. There. Now 1 second. Okay. And now what we can do is we can take, you can see that this point is getting pushed inward like this, because all the folds are sort of collapsing. Now we want to continue to collapse it and make a what is called a preliminary base. So just collapse it sort of like this, okay? Or in an easier way to show you is this, you're gonna fold down on this crease, then you're gonna fold on this crease, so it kind of makes like half of a cube, if you will, and then you're gonna fold down on over here like this, and then fold here like this, and then push this top layer down to flatten everything out. You should get a diamond, like a turned over square. And you want to make sure that the open side, this open thing, is on the bottom. And this is the closed point. Or if you were to unfold the whole thing, this would be the middle of the paper. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge and fold it right in the middle. So take it and fold it to the middle. Just this crease. So here. And same thing on the left. Just want to fold it. Oops. Okay. And now we have this. And now you're going to flip the paper over and do what we just did. These are also known as kite folds. Okay. And now we can do the same thing here. And the same thing on the side. Just straighten this out. 1 sec. Okay. Whoops, that keeps on happening. There we go. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold down kind of like over here on this where, so these two have just folded and have made this horizontal line. This point will fold down on this horizontal line, like so. And on the other side, just to make the crease good, because we're going to end up pushing it in later. So, yeah. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to open this up like so. And then, remember how I said that the bottom should be the open end? Here's why. This one layer is going to come up. You're going to open this from the bottom, and it's going to fold on this crease that we had just made. Now we're going to fold on it like so, and this crease is already here. Just fold back, and this crease had been made like this, right? Now we're going to make it like this instead. So just do it like that. There you have 1/2 finished, and now just repeat the same on this side. So this comes down, and by the way, from the side it should look something like this. It's 3D. So yeah, now fold this down, and that'll just straighten everything out. And now we can fold this down. Okay. And now we can repeat the same thing on this side. So unfold, then fold up like that, and then you can fold these two down and finish it off. Fold it down. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is take this point and bring it down right to that center point. if you can see, this crease and this crease, once again, this crease and this crease, they have made a point. This, you want to fold this tip down to that point. Just like this. Okay, and now we can flip the paper over and do the same thing on the other side. It's just making the crease better. And do this a couple of times, just so that the crease becomes really good. If you want, you can also use your fingertips to press down on it and use your nails. Okay? And now we can open this up, so you should have four little sides, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. And now we're going to, this might be a little complicated, but we're going to be opening this up. Okay, and as you can see, if you pull it, not too hard, this fold should start to come. And basically, if you look closely, okay, there should be a outer square. There should be this square. This square goes around, and there should be the smaller square in the middle. Now we're going to be pushing in on not this square, but this smaller square. So when we end it, this little trapezoid should be here, but this extra triangle, which is 1/4 of this square, this inner square, this little triangle should be pushed in away from us. And that's what this fold was for, so that you can push it in. It makes it easier. So now let's push it in. So you can get your hand on this side, and you're going to take this fold and make it a mountain fold, or fold it backwards, kind of like this, and do the same thing on all 4 sides of this inner square. So this one and this one. And now we have pushed this in, so now we can reform it, but make sure that this does not get pushed back up, but instead keep your pointer finger and push it down. So you're gonna kind of end it up. You're gonna end up collapsing this like so, and you want to make sure that that it has gone in nicely. And just to make sure, you can fold this down and flatten it out, and then just make sure that the square gets flat before folding it back up. Okay, so it should look kind of like an X. Okay, now next we're going to be making Articuno's head. And how we do this is you're going to first fold this down, so that this point, you're going to fold down from this point to this point. And make sure that you're not folding this second layer, just folding this first one. And as you do that, you'll see that this other layer of paper starts to get pulled. And you want that to happen. You don't want it to rip apart. You want it to get pulled downward with the fold. So now you just have this little pocket, and you want to flatten it, and you want to make sure that the fold goes to this point, and this point gets folded as well. This point that I'm pointing to. So just fold it like so, and make sure that it goes all the way to that point right over there. So this fold goes all the way, and now you should have a little line in the middle. Okay, now we can fold this back up. So we did this, now we fold it back up and do the same thing on, we just folded it like this, right? Now you want to fold it like this, like so. So remember, you're not taking both the layers. You're not taking both the layers like this. You're leaving this one behind and only taking this one. Okay? Only taking this one. Now you're folding from here all the way to this point. And come on, get focus. Okay. As you can see, what we had already originally done before we just did this step, this other one that we did on the right side, it's still there, that little tip, and that's exactly what we want to still have, just that little tip of the layer. That means that you did it correctly if you have it. And now the same, it goes all the way to this point. And there. And now you can fold it back up. It's like this. Now we have this fold and this fold. And now we're going to fold down on both of them at the same time, so that you end up with this little point. This little point gets in the middle. So just like that. And now you can open either this side or this side. It doesn't really matter because it's such a small detail. But you want to open up. I like to do the left side, but do whatever you want, whichever side you would like. And you can use your thumb to push this in, just like so. Just to remove that point, because when we had done this point was just sticking out, and we want to fold that in so it's no longer there. So there, and now it looks very clean and nice. And now we can just turn it over and not repeat the same thing, but instead we will fold this half of this edge, just this right half, and we're going to fold it down so that it meets this center crease, just like that. And you want to fold it down all the way, and behind this you should have this little triangle of paper, and do the same thing on the left. Okay, now flip the paper back over, and now we'll have Articuno's sort of head completed. It's not exactly Articuno's head, but it works. It's triangular, and that's all I really cared about. And so first it was like this, and now it's like this. Now we have Articuno's head. Now we will be making his belly before we make his wings and his tail. So to make his belly, we're going to begin by folding this little edge, or not an edge, it's a flap. Just gonna fold it down, and the guidelines for this are this. You see, there's this little oh, come on, that won't focus. There's this little crease right there. See that little crease, and basically we are using the top of that crease, that little point, and we're folding on that, and it's coming down, and this point should be hitting the center line like that, and you can see it's hitting the center line. So fold down on that and repeat on the left. And if you just try to fold it, it should automatically just get right to that edge, because, well, so don't push it. It should get it. And now you can fold it to the center line, and these 2 points should meet, because it should be symmetrical, pretty symmetrical. This whole thing is almost exactly symmetrical, other than that little extra triangle which we folded in, but we can't see that, so it's almost symmetrical. Now to cover this flap, we'll fold this flap over, and basically these 2 points that were created by the previous folds, these two, this crease will be hitting those 2 points, and you'll be folding it on top and covering everything. Now we can fold this point back down so it hits this middle spot, where this fold which we had just made and the center line where they meet that little point, this point should meet over there, just like so, and fold at the top. Okay, now we're going to unfold that, and now from here, from this point down to here, down to this center point, I already pointed it out, where the middle line and this fold meet, you're going to be folding a small, well, just one layer of paper, like so. That will also make it white, because the belly should be white. And do the same thing on the right side. And fold this top part down so it looks like this. It's a trapezoid and a upside down triangle on the bottom. And now we can fold this up again. And there's 2 guidelines for this. You can use any or both. The first one is that it should be hitting this point and this point when you fold it up. And at the same time, this point should be meeting with this top point. So either you can just fold this point up to this point, or you can make sure that it hits both of these points on either side. Okay. Now we will unfold it just for a little bit. Just do another fold. We're going to be folding this point down, and basically we're going to be folding from this little point, it's this, to where the center line and this edge meet, right in there, right over there. So you just fold it down like so. Okay, and we can do the same thing on the right, just like this. And now we can fold this back up. Come on, there we go. Okay, and now we can take this whole entire flap, and you just want to turn it so you're looking at this. And now we are going to fold down on this like that, basically folding down on this crease. And at the same time, you're also going to fold down on this crease. and then basically you're gonna get this. Got it? Now we can, if we were just to put this point on one side, we can fold this edge back up to this fold, and that's where it gets really teeny, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I normally just fold it, and this is just to thin out this point so that later we can easily fit it into the other layers of paper and just hide it. So do that. And on the right, whoops, lost focus there, do the same thing. Just fold that thin piece of paper, that thin layer, and now we are going to just, it doesn't have to be an exact shape, just if you can even just crumble it, but just this teeny little bit, and just squeeze it together, and however you just fold it up. See, and it's pretty messy, and that's okay. It's because it's not going to be seen, so it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, now flip this back over, and as you can see, this is going to become the belly. But this little tip, just to lock the belly in place, we're going to be folding it under all these layers. Just gonna fold this little bit in, and what that should do, that should lock the belly in place. And if that little flap comes out, the whole belly will get unlocked and will start getting folded. So just fold it, and sometimes that will happen, and the way to resolve that is just make your crease really good. Make your crease really good so that it won't fall apart. And this is a little hard because it's a really small point, but end of the day, you should just get that in there. And if you want, I would recommend not to, but if you're having a little trouble with this, you can also use tape to secure it. Although tape sometimes it messes stuff up. And normally origami is done without tape, but if you need tape, you can add some, because it's a really small thing, and really small things are really hard to fit into things like that. It'll really easily come out. So just do that. And that finishes off the belly, and now we will be making the wings. The wings are pretty simple, but the most difficult part is to keep the belly in place without you have to make the wings without obstructing the belly. So we're going to come to the side, we're going to open this flap, and if the belly does come out, then just put it in after you're done making the wings. Don't bother to put it in while you're making them, because it'll just keep on coming out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this flap and we're going to fold it up. And basically it should be hitting this point and this point. So just fold it up. And then you can come back to the top. It should be something like this. Now it depends on how you want your wing. This for me is a little too low, so what you can do is you can go in here and you can make the point be a little lower, like that, and that should make it look a little better. Just like that, and just pulling it. So there is half of it, and now do the same thing on the left. And you can just eyeball it to keep the two wings symmetrical. Just eyeball it. There we go. I'll fold it down. Okay, and that was pretty easy. Now, what we're going to do next to make the tail. Is it a tail? I'm not sure if it's a tail or not. It's just part of Articuno. But we're going to be folding this. Okay, basically we folded this edge to this fold. It's technically also an edge. It's a crease. Okay, and then the same thing for the right edge. Okay, and now you're going to fold, and as you can see my belly came out, but I don't really care. I'll put it back in after. You're going to do this and create a point, and this point is ultimately going to be the tip of the tail. Now you can come to this side and fold. You're gonna fold from this point to this point, down. Okay, and then you're gonna unfold it, and you're gonna fold this edge down to this fold that we just created. And as you do so, the paper might try to fight you, and you're gonna get the crease to come across, but you want to make the actual crease only on the left. It might get a little folded on the right, but don't make the crease there. And now this right crease, or this right side will start to fold, and you want to continue that fold and copy what you did on the left, like so. And now you should be left off with this big chunk, this big tip rather. Okay, and just make sure it's in the middle like that. And now we're going to flip it back over, and now this also secures the belly as well. You're going to be folding from all the way from the tip of the wing down to this part. You're just gonna come here and make, right now this is a point before it goes down. We want to make sure it's just a straight line between here and here. So just fold this down, okay, and fold all these layers, and on the point of the wing. Okay, and now tail on this side and do the same thing. All the layers and finish it off the tip. So this big layer should all get folded. Okay. Now the tail, the last fold that we'll do is we will come here and we will fold down like this. Basically this whole line, this edge should come in the line of this, and it will continue that line further. So just fold it like that. Okay, and when you flip it over, it will look like the tail of Articuno, a little bit, I guess, not exactly. And now we'll just reinsert this little tip of the belly. And boom. There is Articuno. All done. So thanks for watching, guys. This was Origami Articuno. And until next time, this is Origami Master saying bye.